G'day guys, Skits here and welcome to another Black Ops 2 commentary. Just quickly, if you missed some of my other Black Ops 2 videos so far, then I'll have a link to them in the description, and if you want to subscribe to see all my Black Ops 2 videos, then you can do that in the description as well. But today what I wanted to give you guys was a video just giving you tips on how to become a better player. And the idea of this is sort of just try to apply to all different skill levels, you know, even if you're a beginner or even if you consider yourself as a really good player. I want this to hopefully provide a sort of tutorial on how to be at least get better at the game. So I'm not even that good at this game yet. I can still generally do quite well in this game just because I have some general tips that really help me out when I play. So these tips really apply for most COD games, but Black Ops 2 in particular. So the first thing that I think is pretty important is actually choosing the right sensitivity. Now, obviously with Black Ops 2 it goes up to 14 now, I believe, so it's a little bit more sort of tricky, but I play on about an 8 or so, which was basically the equivalent of a sort of 6 in other CODs. That's a sort of nice because you're not too fast so that you can't control yourself, but you can obviously turn around if you're getting shot at, so really it's just whatever suits you. If someone recommends 10, then just think about whatever suits you. Don't only go off what other people recommend. Obviously if you're a sniper, then maybe 10 would be more helpful, or sorry, 14 might be more helpful, but it really depends on how you like to play. Also, change the tactical if you can. This just helps with drop shotting, and honestly guys, drop shotting is such an easy way of winning one-on-one gunfights. You might see it throughout this gameplay even, that drop shotting, guys, is very, very useful. So definitely drop shot, and definitely try and change the tactical, which basically just changes melee with crouch if you didn't already know. Alright, so my next tip, and this tip is very, very important, and this is to use your cover wisely. By this I mean don't camp, but go from cover to cover, because cover in this game is very important. There's not maps with, you know, crazy amounts of camping spots, but try and just at least, you know, get into cover if you see an enemy, or, you know, try and avoid running out in the open, because some maps do have a lot of sort of open areas that you'll just get killed at. So don't run out in the open, don't camp, just move sort of tactically. So move from cover to cover, which obviously will make your their line of sight a lot harder for them, so they won't be able to kill you as easily. Alright, so my next tip, guys, and this is such an important tip, and it's be unpredictable. So many people on this game, so many people, especially beginners, are very, very predictable. Say they're getting shot at, they'll go around a corner and they'll just prone, and you'll know that they're there. But if you go around a corner, then you just sort of jump out or do something crazy that people just wouldn't expect, that will often get the enemy, because enemies are generally... a lot of people generally just think about what the predictable move would be, but being unpredictable in this game is very helpful. If you die, don't go back for revenge, because that's obviously very predictable and people will expect that. But yeah, just try and be as unpredictable as you can. Okay, my next thing, and this isn't really something you can just know straight away or just learn straight away, but try and learn the maps. So this might take a while, especially because Black Ops 2 only just came out, but try and learn sort of nade spots, enemy spawns, and all that sort of stuff, because it really, really helps you with, you know, knowing where the enemy will be and knowing where you should be located on the map. Because this, you know, even if you're not a good even if you're not a good shooter, you can still do quite well, just if you can flank the enemy and stuff like that. And that really comes into sort of positioning. Being able to position yourself in the right sort of area of the map is very important. So if you're bad at shooting, it doesn't always matter, because as long as you're well positioned and flank behind the enemy, you'll generally be able to get the kill. Okay guys, my next tip is to actually just go around the edge of the map. This applies to most maps. A lot of maps are quite big and I wouldn't recommend doing this, but a lot of the maps, it's just really good to go around the edge of the maps, particularly in the early days, because obviously there's a less chance to get killed from other angles. But not only this, but it means you can sort of have the upper edge of enemies, because sometimes they'll be in the middle, they won't have any idea where to be, and if you're sort of around the edge of the map, you'll sort of be able to sort of scout what's in front of you, whereas you won't need to worry about what's to your, you know, what's behind you and what's sort of out of the map. So definitely go around the map, especially early release. Okay, my next tip, guys, is to not over sprint. So many people in this game just over sprint and you know, they run around corners and it's just really silly. Don't overcharge in. Go around corners carefully. I don't mean slowly crouch around corners, but at least make sure you're looking for corners, because people do like to camp, you know. So you have to watch behind you. If you've noticed that there aren't any teammates behind you, this is if you aren't playing free-for-all. Then just watch out behind you, because a lot of people in COD are using, you know, perks that allow them to get behind you and stuff like that. So make sure you're watching out behind you and don't over sprint. Okay, my next tip, and this is something that you guys should really consider, especially when games first come out, especially like Black Ops 2, obviously. Party up with your mates. Get all your friends in a party and party up with them and get their mics on. working together to you know, kill enemies or cap flags or whatever is so good. And because in this game you actually get really rewarded for capping flags and playing like an objective player, it's really good to actually cap flags and stuff. So play with your mates and party up. Communication is very, very important in Black Ops 2. Okay guys, so now for my last tip, and by the way, if you want some more tips, I've got heaps more that I could potentially give you, but use your radar. There are so many people, and particularly new players, that just don't use their radar, and trust me, using your radar is so important, because you know, knowing where the enemy would be is an obviously important thing to be able to do in Call of Duty in general. So use your radar. If someone's shooting at you, you'll know where they are, and you'll know how to sort of get around them. So some very basic tips, guys, but hopefully I helped you out in one way or another. If you could leave a like on this video, I would really appreciate it. I don't mean to sound like a dickhead here, but it really does help out a lot. If you want to subscribe to see more of my Black Ops 2 commentaries, then please do so. Link for that will be in the description. And if you want to have a look at my playlist for Black Ops 2, then once again you can do that in the description. So thanks all for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.